All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy roughly middle of April already. Welcome. It's me. I'm back. Your host, pilot, lead singer, and driver of the airplane, Uncle B. Today, we are in the Boeing 737-700. We are going from Oakland down to Long Beach. Generate the flight over there in sim brief. So it should be an interesting flight. Looks like we've got a bit of rain in Oakland, probably maybe even down in Long Beach. We'll be kind of inland for the flight due to the ways that the our route today. So we will not be along the coast. Not that we could probably see too much. I'm going to go ahead and post this real quick. I'm going to delete it. This is the only way I can get the well, that's the announcements. That's all right. You can stay in the announcements. Of course, see, I start using. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There's the route for today, roughly, according to whatchamacallit, to sim brief. That's our route. So we're going to go ahead and get in here and get the plane going, get this flight done. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. So yeah, lots of interesting developments. So it looks like we're supposed to get sim update 15 by the end of the month. Fingers crossed. The wow, sounds like they got a storm here in California right now. Ah, look at that. It's raining. All right, let's get some lights on in here. I can kind of see what we're doing. There we go. Find the other. I know it's like right around here somewhere. There it is. There we go. Now we can see everything. All right, look at that. Let's get some taxi lights on as well. All right, let's pull up our. All right, there it is. Weather for departure, weather for the arrival. Get the altimeter set. Let's get our takeoff performance. We're gonna go runway 12. It is wet. There's our calculations. All right, let's go get our route. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Oakland is our departure reference airport. And Kilo Lima Golf Bravo is our destination. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday so far. Morning, afternoon, evening, whichever may apply. Hello, Bex. I'm okay. How are you? Nice to see you here. Let me load the route. Activate, please and thank you. All right, let's get our numbers put in. Always put this, but I don't think it matters. Our cost index today is a whopping 50. We'll go 360 for flight altitude. And our 226069 is our execute. And then that was 45. Take off. Now we gotta go back over here. Hey Kenny, how are you? Sorry, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat and just getting things set up here. Flaps 1, okay. I think it's Katina, didn't I put that? Yep. There's the transition point. Execute. Arrival. RNAV 12. That one. And we want the transition at I think it's Brekkie one on? No. I'm looking at the wrong chart, probably. No. Guna. Is Guna one of them? No. Alright, back to the star. Taniosha. Is it Q-Gate? Why am I not getting a... Oh, there we go. We'll go Guna. There we go. Alright. Execute. Legs. Oops, and one limit. Take off. Oops, need the center of gravity. All right. Well, that's a. Get our trim set. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out today. Appreciate it. Be on our way shortly. Oop. That's close enough for government work. Make sure our flaps are set. There we go. All right, let's get that there. Get that and that. Oop. There we go. And let's get our over here set up. There we go. There's that. Get our flight directors on. I think we are just about ready to go. Get that out the way. Okay, I think we are set.
Oakland clearance delivery Southwest 2759er IFR to Long Beach.
Now, if they change it to 30, I'm going to be pissed.
Southwest 2759er is cleared to Long Beach.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Takeoff runway 30, 1,000 feet.
God bless it.
Departure frequency is 120.9er, squawk 146
I knew that was going to happen.
Southwest 275.
Alright, give me a second, folks.
Long Beach Airport is filed.
Never fails.
Takeoff runway 30, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 120.9er, squawk 146.
Southwest 2759er, read that correct. Contact ground on 121.9er. Good day.
Okay, they're saying red hot is the transition. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have to change a few things. No, I'm good. Let me, hold on. I gotta, it's just, it never fails. I go with what it says to do, and then of course the sim says, nah, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Alright, that changes to 30. It's still wet. Trim is about the same anyway. That's alright. Ooh, select temp's gone down to 33. Oh, 33. Yep. Alright, hold on. I gotta. Runway 30. I think it's Kendall 5. Yep. To Kitna. Execute. Arrival. Still RNAV 12. That one. And red hot. Execute. Legs. Let's just go here. Execute. And next page. Yep, that looks good. Oops, nope, not fixed legs. There we go. Oops, and one. Take off. Execute. I think we're still on flap 5. Yeah, or flap 1. Okay. All right. So our route now looks like. So we're going to come. We'll be still kind of inland. Oops. Matter of fact, let's go to full screen here and I'll zoom out. So basically, that's what we got. So there's Monterey, Santa Cruz, Monterey Bay, and all that. Come in, and we're going to go out over the water, come around, and then we're going to land on runway 12. So we're going to go up. When we take off from 30, we're going to go right over where the old Naval Air Station Alameda. Oh, now our cost index has gone up as well. All right, let me. I gotta find. Yeah, 6-1. That's changed. Still 360. Okay. Oops, legs. All right, let's go. No, Bex never swears. Never, ever, ever. Ever. All right. Let's go ahead and get our. Okay. And let's go for pushback.
Oakland ground Southwest 2759er requesting pushback.
Southwest 2759er pushback request accepted.
Oh, and then while we need to go down here. That runway length is correct. And our elevation for runway 12 is 60 feet. Nope, there we go. And we don't have a what do you call it? Precision approach. Yeah. So we're not worried about an ILS frequency or anything. Wow, it's really coming down in. So 30 is just right over there. I ain't gonna hardly see anything. Well, there's the sun. We can see that. Oh, I was going to talk about Oakland Airport. So this has definitely changed over the years from what I remember it.
Oakland ground Southwest 275 requesting the end of pushback.
Over here is a maintenance hangar that was used by, I think, United, TW. There's like a whole bunch of different airlines over the years that have changed or used that hangar for maintenance.
Southwest 2759er with Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
Southwest 2759er taxi to and hold short of runway 30 using taxiway Sierra Tango.
Let's get our logo on.
Runway 30 Bravo cross runway 30 Whiskey Tree Whiskey 1. Contact tower on 127.2 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 0 via taxiway Sierra Tango Victor Whiskey 4 cross runway tree 0 Bravo cross runway tree 0 Whiskey Tree Whiskey 1 Southwest 2759er.
It seems kind of a weird way to go. All right, let's get our... Well, I'm going to try to show you real quick if we can see it. I think you can kind of. Matter of fact, it's... Here, I'll show you. If you look right at that lit area right there on the screen, I'll let it catch up here. That's a station for the Bay Area Rapid Transit that, and I'll use the mouse to kind of, hopefully you can see it. This area right here. And let's see if the mouse shows up, the pointer. But that goes to the Oakland BART station near the Coliseum, and so you could get off the BART train there, get on a BART shuttle that takes you right here. It's very similar to the one over there in San Francisco. San Francisco's one I think was built first, and then this one was eventually built because it kind of makes sense to use it so you don't have to park. You can take the BART train to the airport. So yeah, look at that. Now there may be a little BART train, but coming at some point, I don't know. But yeah, so this is an add-on scenery that includes this little BART station, and it only goes there's only one track, although this isn't, I don't know how this is modeled, but that's the way to get to the airport. Football, baseball, yeah, where the Oakland Raiders used to play, where the A's will play one more season before they leave. So yeah. All right, auto throttle. I gotta acknowledge that. Go put that back on anyway. Oh, I gotta dial in my numbers, don't I? I almost forgot about that. See, I start talking and I go 142. All right. Put that in here. Oops. All right, let's go to our runway here. But the Oakland doesn't just have passenger service. Over here near where we're going to taxi by is all cargo. Like FedEx goes in and out of there. I think UPS, they have an area over there, all cargo. I think this is part of it as well. Yeah, I was hoping I could change the weather, but yeah, we'll stick with what we got. I had to tinker around with stuff. My landing rate monitor didn't want to start this morning, and so I had to uninstall it, reinstall it. Otherwise, I wouldn't get credit for the flight with Southwest Airlines. Today's flight brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Pair of socks. Just because you have a pair of socks does not always mean they have to match. Airline CEO and pilot, Scruffy Tam. When he's returning back to screaming, he'll show you his mismatched socks. It's a true story. True story. We have recently added some new routes out of Denver, Houston International, and Cleveland, and Newark Liberty. That's why I haven't been flying so much. I was putting together routes for the airline. We're going to have more across America. We're going to go back into Europe as well. We're going to hit De Gaulle. We're going to hit Frankfurt. But we're going to have everything. We're going to go global and not worry about going bankrupt. Scruffy gave me admin permissions to do all the route work. So there'll be more for us to fly. We got vintage stuff, DC6, DC3. We're going to have some DC3 routes. And yeah, we got a lot for our pilots to do. So if you're in flight sim and you want to have something fun to do, a great community. You know what they say about a man with big socks? I don't know about the size of his feet. I mean, you could kind of guesstimate maybe, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. He's very much a wholesome streamer. He doesn't swear. He wants everybody to come in and just kick back and enjoy the stream, and he's a great guy. I wish I could meet him in life one of these days. But yeah, he's hoping to get back to streaming soon. So, but yeah, it's always a great time when in his streams. He just likes to have fun and. Yeah, we were talking about adding more routes to the airline, and he works as a auto mechanic instructor at a community college near where he lives, so he just doesn't have the time. And so well, you know, I don't know how it would work, but I said, if you can give me permission to do it, I'll put the routes in for us. And so yeah, we got vintage stuff. We got a little bit of everything. And we're gonna keep adding on so that people can fly pretty much wherever they want to, and it'll. See, I should have just come right over here. I just wasted taxi time. All right. That's okay. So I even picked a gate that would be kind of sensible to go to runway 12. But of course the sim said, nah, we don't care what you want to do. You're gonna go the way I want you to go. Which is okay. So yeah, we're gonna depart the direction to the behind us there once we get to the runway. Go over former Naval Air Station Alameda, make a left turn, kind of come over to the San Francisco Bay side, and out, and we'll turn south and inland, and hopefully we'll be able to see we'll be able to know where we are based on the little handy dandy map right there. So we know exactly where we'll be at. Check the altimeter one more time. All right, here we go. And you guys are about in for an ad break. All right, I'll try to wait for takeoff, so you don't miss the takeoff.
Southwest 2759er ready for IFR departure runway 30.
Southwest 2759er altimeter 29.89er wind 157 at tree. Cleared for takeoff runway 30.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30 Southwest 2759er.
Okay, I think we can go ahead and turn that off. Go ahead and just put all the lights for landing down. Can't you request one? There's a way to change it, but it's kind of fussy in how it works, Kenny. But generally, more often. Oh, I got to turn the TCAS on. More often than not, it will whichever runway I pick for departure, the sim will say, yeah, that's fine, go for it. So that's why a lot of people don't use the in-sim whatchamacallit, the in-sim ATC. Why does this keep shutting off? Both of the thingies are on? Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'll line up and I'll wait for the ads to be over and then we'll get in the air. But yeah, a lot of simmers just fly that whichever way they want to go, that they're not concerned about getting permission for takeoff or landing. They just do what they want to do. So this will be up on YouTube tomorrow. This is about as good as it's going to get. All right. Oh, see, it's weird because some people get ads, some people don't. All right, let's go ahead and do this one more time. All right. Oop. There we go. And away we go. See, that sounds like a real
Airspeed alive.
Real airline, doesn't it?
80 knots. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
Year's coming up.
Southwest 2759er. Contact NorCal departure on 120.9er. Good day.
And there we go. Ta-da!
Going to 120.9er Southwest 2759er. NorCal departure Southwest 2759er is passing 1,300 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Southwest 2759er NorCal departure altimeter 29er.89er radar contact continue.
We are en route. See, that's weird. I told it should go right up to 9,000 feet. It kind of leveled off there at 2,000 there for a second. we'll go ahead and ask for
NorCal departure Southwest 2759er. Request flight level 210.
Southwest 2759er climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect flight level 210.
we're going to go ahead and just dial in 210 now.
Climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect flight level 210 Southwest 2759er.
All right, there we are. We're heading over the Bay Area. Not that we can see anything.
Southwest 2759er climb and maintain 15,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet Southwest 2759er.
Southwest 2759er, contact Oakland Center on 119er decimal 475. Good day.
And we can go ahead and...
Going to 119er decimal 475 Southwest 2759er.
Oh, look at that. We're through the clouds.
Oakland Center Southwest 2759er is at 9,000 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
Southwest 2759er, Oakland Center altimeter 29er decimal 86 radar contact continue.
Now, last time I flew in this, I flew in the 800, I think. We had all kinds of problems, but I think we're going to be okay this time.
Southwest 2759er, contact NorCal departure on 120 decimal 9er. Good day.
120 decimal 9er Southwest 2759er. Goodbye. NorCal departure Southwest 2759er is at 10,700 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
Southwest 2759er, NorCal departure altimeter 29er decimal 86 radar contact continue. Southwest 2759er, contact Oakland Center on 119er decimal 475. Good day.
119er decimal 475 Southwest 2759er. Goodbye. Oakland Center Southwest 2759er.
There we go. That'll make a good picture, I think.
600 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
Southwest 2759er, Oakland Center altimeter 29er decimal 86 radar contact continue. Southwest 2759er climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Southwest
All right.
2759er.
Should be coming up over Half Moon Bay here in a minute. Yep, there we are. Oh, the G-forces, I can't handle it. All right, there we are.
Southwest 2759er. Request flight level 310.
Southwest 2759er climb and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 310 Southwest 2759.
All right, there we go. Continue to climb.
Southwest 2759er climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Southwest 2759er.
All right, let's see where we are now. Well, at least we're above the clouds. That's a good sign. But we can go ahead and set up our auto brakes and our spoiler. Alright, we're coming up on Santa Cruz. Boy, this is a... Look at that cloud level. You can't even make any ground out. Craziness. Absolute craziness, I tell you. All right. So yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday so far. Yeah, they are pretty good for my PC. I'm pretty happy with how everything looks. I should go all the way to 31 and then I'm going to...
Southwest 2759er, contact Oakland Center on 127.45.
Yes, I'm pretty happy with this.
127.45 Southwest 2759er. Goodbye. Oakland Center Southwest 2759er is at flight level 255, climbing flight level 270.
Southwest 2759er, Oakland Center radar contact continue. Southwest 2759er climb
There we
and
go.
maintain flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310 Southwest 2759er.
Go ahead and take it all the way to 360.
Oakland Center Southwest 2759er. Request flight level 360.
Southwest 2759er climb and maintain flight level 310. Expect flight level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 310. Expect flight level 360 Southwest 2759er.
Airport elevation is 60. Landing elevation. That's pretty close. All right, that'll do. All right, you know what's coming up, folks. It's time for nearly time for the salute. As we fly over the home or near the home of the greatest racetrack ever, Laguna Seca. It's a fact. It's a known fact. So Santa Cruz is just to our right. Let's see if we can see anything outside. I mean, the cloud cover is pretty darn heavy, so we can't make out the coastline at all. So there's Santa Cruz, home of the Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk. The filming site of the film The Lost Boys was filmed there. For you film aficionados. And then you follow the coastline around. There's Monterey. And Laguna Seca is somewhere right in there. And that is pretty much
759er climb and maintain flight level 360.
the remainder of our flight.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 60 Southwest 2759er.
Pretty much what's left is all right up in there. We can go ahead and zoom out just a touch. So the only thing I don't like is the way that the cameras line up. It changes constantly. That's okay. Alright, as we get near, oh, for me it's the greatest. I miss going there, Kenny. I spent several years going to races down there, and it's I don't know. I've been there and I've been to Sonoma, and I prefer Laguna Seca every time. So you can, if you got the time, you can go from Monterey down the coast to Carmel. Yeah, it's just a fantastic place to go. All right, let's get our landing information. I'm going to go 12. Import the weather. All right. Yeah, I miss going there. All right, the old salute rendered. We're close enough for government work, as we like to say. Well, I did not expect it would be this cloudy. Should have checked the. Yeah, I'd like to go to Spa once. I'd like to go to the Nürburgring, but yeah, the only other track I've been to Sebring, and I've been to Indianapolis, and I don't know, I always felt like Laguna Seca was my home track, for all intents and purposes. I even got a compass light. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I've been to a couple smaller tracks in Georgia. There's one across the river that was one of the early tracks in America. I can't remember the name of it now. It's a pretty neat track to watch races at. I mean, it's all usually yeah, it's I mean, you camp there. You can, I don't know, I just always liked it there. Like it'd be foggy in the morning, the fog would burn off, and the sun would come out, and it would just be fantastic. Yeah. And part of it too was, one of my friends, he was from Southern California. We lost contact with each other over the years, but we used to meet up at the gate, and we'd be within the top 10 cars waiting to get into park to go watch, go hang out for the day. And so we get there, have coffee, and shoot the breeze until the gate would open, and then we'd hop in our cars and park and grab our cameras and whatever else we were going to carry with us, and head out for the so we just start walking around and all that kind of stuff. So one of us would bring coffee, the other would bring donuts, and yeah, we just always had a great time. So this is a real world route for Southwest going to Long Beach, California, out of Oakland. In the 737-700. I don't know if it has the winglets like this one does, but it has either this version or just the
Contact Oakland Center on 126.9.
other, but yeah.
126.9er Southwest 2759er. Goodbye.
All right, finally leveling
Oakland
off
Center
here.
Southwest 2759er is at flight level tree 50, climbing flight level tree 60.
Southwest 2759er Oakland Center radar contact continue.
Been through all through here. King City, been through there. Used to do military training from King City. There's a couple National Guard training bases right around in that neck of the woods. Yeah, been coming up Paso Robles, been through there numerous times. Yeah, that's the only thing that I don't like. The camera, the centering of the information never seems to kind of line up. It's always kind of hit and miss, but see, that should be more like center right there, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's a fantastic place. I miss going there. So you notice the master caution with the fuel warning will come on here pretty soon. We got plenty of fuel to get us there. So we got, pretty soon we're going to drop down to 30,000 feet and start setting up for landing. Now the tricky thing is with this plane, it's going to probably tell us to drop a lot of altitude very quickly. So now the cool thing is, check this out. So I can look at my arrival. Here's our arrival portion. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're at this point, and then we're going to come all the way down here to here. And then here's how we're going to land. We're going to come in from that point, Brecky, come right around, bang. So we don't have a it's not a precision approach, so it's not like ILS or whatever. So I'm going to have to, most likely I'm going to have to manually land it once we get to here. Ooh, I'll have to, yeah, probably from at least here from Ryan. I'll probably have to just manually chuck it on the ground. So, but that's okay. We got this. We're trained professionals. At least that's what they tell us. Or maybe semi-professional. We'll get another shot here. Ooh, I kind of like that right there the way it is. See, sometimes it's weird that it will give me a good place to take a picture from. Not always, but sometimes it will. I got to get the other one posted in the Discord there. So yeah, I'll come up with something for next Saturday. That we'll be back in the 737, just getting some hours, or we'll do something fun. I don't know. I'll come up with some idea of what we can do. Trying to build my hours in the 737. Oh yeah, that's what it's gonna do. Discord. Go. Hey, Amela, how are you? Hopefully you're feeling better. All right, let's see here.
Southwest 2759er, contact
I'm
Oakland
surprised we're still talking to Oakland Center. I think here any minute now we should be talking to Los Angeles Center.
128.7 Southwest 2759er. Goodbye. Oakland Center Southwest 2759er flight level tree 60.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Southwest 2759er,
Yeah.
Oakland Center radar contact. Continue.
Kind of a hectic morning. Had some technical difficulties that I had to overcome, and yeah, not bad. Yeah, 6 people watching. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're undecided, I don't know what to tell you. That's okay. It's alright to be undecided. That happens. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know why this is kind of off-center. That so yeah, for those of you who missed the flight last time in the 800 series, 737, what I've tried to do is for any of the ones, whether it's the 700 or the 800, I try to set everything up the same so that no matter which one I hop into, everything looks the same. Now that's not how it is in real life. The airlines can order it to their liking, basically, how their flight deck's set up and all that kind of stuff. So there's 2 different versions of this whole area here. This is not always included in 737s for all airlines that order them. So yeah, but
Southwest 275
there we go. I knew it.
Los Angeles Center on
Oh, there's San Luis Obispo. Been through there. Tascadero.
124.15 Southwest 2759er. Goodbye. Los Angeles
Where's
Center
some-
Southwest
oh.
2759er flight level 360.
Yeah, basically what I was saying is I try to have it set up in the for all the 737s in the real world when a airline orders one from Boeing, right? How they have it ordered, every airline is different. So basically what I try to do is no matter which one I hop into, it's already set up the same way all the time. So everything, my flight deck looks the same no matter what. So it just makes it easier to hop in and fly. I don't have to go like, well, where's this? And okay, this isn't working. I have it all set up the exact same way, so I don't have to worry about all that. It just makes things a heck of a lot easier. All right, pretty soon we'll go to 300. Try to get a little bit closer. I think. Let's see if see right there. Amidst that mess of waypoints and whatnot, let's see if we zoom out one. Yeah, see, we're not close enough. Okay, maybe right there. Let's let that. There should be like a. Yeah, it is there. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because I'm one of those people. Sometimes I will overcomplicate things that aren't complicated. I kind of think back to when Captain Arash was trying to tell me about how to fly VOR to VOR. It did not make sense at all for me. And I was just like, I don't get it. Until I just went in there and was like, okay, I just kept working through the concepts of it. You dial in this frequency and then you basically you fly the needle to the first VOR. And then you switch over to your next frequency and just keep going, that kind of thing. And so once I did it enough times, it was like not a big deal. And so I was struggling, he would do a stream and he'd be like, okay, if you have the 737, join us and we'll go through everything. But I would be struggling to keep up with his stream. So he said, look, for PMDG, they created a tutorial flight, basically. Now it's not like broken down into sections like a video. It's in the manual, so you can look through it ahead of time, read and go like, okay, and you can kind of be sitting inside the flight deck here and you go like, okay, he's talking about this button here. You could find it and you could just kind of get a general idea. So I did that flight and it went better than I expected. There was just a few things that I was like, I didn't get it, but I was like, nah, that's all right. Actually, I think the one prior to that, I flew from San Francisco to Las Vegas, and it was just it was a hot mess of a flight. And I was just like, I don't get it. And so that's when he told me, he's like, try the tutorial flight. I'm like, tutorial flight? What are you talking about? So that does help. So PMDG for me is one of those companies. There's a love-hate. It's a little bit more in depth than just jumping in the stock A320. So your tablet, and this is supposed to be coming with the new A320 from any builds here at the end of the month. Your tablet helps you with everything, and then you just link your SimBrief account, and it just pulls the information in. But putting the information in yourself is not that difficult either. That was covered kind of in the tutorial flight that PMDG did, where they cover all that, and the guy who's the head of the company, Robert's his name, and he said basically, you know, like, we're going to show you this stuff, but they've not updated the tutorial. Oh, look out, it's Mr. Adams. Everybody run for cover. Run away, run away. I'm just kidding, of course. How are you, Joseph? How's that questionable foot of yours that almost caused you to fall? I have to ask. I have to. It just...
Southwest 2759er, contact Los Angeles Center on 119er decimal.
I just gotta know.
Good day.
So it's not that bad. It's just... Yep, there's the fuel warning light. We got plenty of fuel to get us there. We're
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 2759.
so it's not difficult. It's just one of those, once you do it enough times, it's like second nature, Mela. It really is. It's not a bad plane to fly. It's got its own kind of weird... Oh, there we go. Well, la da da.
Descend and maintain flight level 290 Southwest 2759er.
All right, here we go.
Southwest 2759er, you are 118 miles northwest.
Wow.
Descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect vectors on F runway 12 approach. Southwest 2759er descend
Well,
and maintain
Christ, I can't...
6,000 feet.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Southwest 2759er descend and
All right, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go 1,500. Jeez, Louise.
Descend and maintain 6,600 feet. Expect vectors on a runway 12
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, all of a sudden, it's like they're just... What did I had... Oh, so we got these, like, meal... Somebody my dad knows, like, told him to get one of these... It's like a pre-made meal, and you just throw it in the microwave for, like, 2 minutes, and it's done. You can do 30 seconds on until it's, like, completely warmed up. So it was like shredded chicken taco bowl kind of thing, and it was all right. The only problem with it is it's like full of frickin' sodium, like way more than you should probably ever have.
Southwest 2759er descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I just started descending.
6,000 feet Southwest 2759er.
This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Southwest 2759er descend.
See, it can't make up its mind.
6,200 feet.
It's like being in a marriage, you know. Can't make up the mind.
Southwest 2759er descend and maintain 6,600 feet.
I really wish you'd make a decision here.
Descend and maintain 6,600 feet Southwest 2759er.
My goodness. But yeah, I was all right. It wasn't. I mean, it fills you up for the time being. It's just not. It works like if you're super busy. Like I could see like nurses or doctors buying a bunch of those things, you know, to take with them to work. That kind of thing. But otherwise, it's not very healthy. You know, it sounds like it initially, right? Yeah, like a meal plan thing. You buy like they ship you so many boxes, and then you know it's. So, yeah, it's not bad, but so the question is, how many trains have you destroyed, Joseph, since you got Train Sim World 4? That's the bigger question. How many railroads have fired you already? You and your questionable driving.
Southwest 2759
That's the bigger question.
Going to 135
Yeah, exactly, Mel. I have a SimBrief account. So what you do is you go in there and you create your flight. You don't know what, I'll tell you what happened. You were going too fast and you hit the brakes too hard, most likely. That's what happened. Come on, Joseph. We know what happened. Let's be honest with ourselves here. You know, and I know what happened. So come on now. Let's.
Southwest 2759er descend and maintain 7,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,500 feet southwest 2759er.
Yeah. Your definition of slow and the real definition of slow are two different things, Joseph. Come on now. We know you, Joseph. Come on. We know how you are. But yeah, it's.
Southwest 2759er descend and maintain 6,900 feet.
See, it can't make up its mind what it wants me to do.
Descend and maintain 6,900
I'm filing for divorce. The
feet
train won't
southwest
derail itself. Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Southwest 2759er descend and maintain 7,500 feet.
Can we fire the
Descend and maintain
ATC?
7,500 feet southwest
So anyway,
2759er.
yeah, it's not bad, Amilla. Once you do it enough times, it's super easy. You just all the information pulls right into the plane, into the flight computer there. That little doodad right down there, and you're all set. You don't.
Southwest 2759er descend and maintain 6,600 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,600 feet southwest 2759er.
If I do it enough times, I think so.
2759er descend and maintain 5,800 feet.
Descend and maintain
Boy, we are way out.
5,800
We're not
feet
even
southwest
anywhere close. We still
2759er.
got. Phew. We got all that left right there. I feel like kind of leveling off at about like. But yeah, it's covered in the tutorial flight of Mela. So I mean, if you do it enough times, it becomes second nature. It's easier to do with this plane because what I found out, and I didn't know this until recently, the navigation information in the stock aircraft does not match the updated navigation information that comes out every couple months or so. So if I fly it in a 730 in this plane, right? Every time there's an update, the navigation information available to the aircraft through SimBrief is always up to date. In sim, like the base model A320, that's not the case. And that's more so of a problem on the Xbox side. Although I think you're supposed to be trying to change some of that where you will be able to access the information through the Xbox, but there's no telling, you know. It's one of those things that I think they're thinking about, but it's like, how do you make it work? Kind of thing. So yeah, it's but yeah, once you do it enough times, I think it's pretty much it's easy to do. It's just doing it and getting proficient at it, knowing where to get the information from and looking at it and going like, this is what I got to do. I mean, it may help for some people to write it all out, you know. But yeah. But you can see, like right here, here's the whole flight plan from SimBrief right here. It has all the information I could possibly need. There's the route, basically. So I could, well, that's the alternate to San Diego. So there's the route, actually, right there. So that's the, so that if I wanted to go to San Diego and land in San Diego, if that's my alternate right there, then I could do that. But that's the actual route from Oakland to Long Beach. Well, I've kind of kept up with it, Amela, but they've kind of, a lot of the things that that are happening with them, it's self-created. Well, I shouldn't say that. Part of it is that they, the city of Oakland wouldn't give them a new stadium. That would cost a boatload of money. I know that basically it seems like the team is tanking the season on purpose. There's been talks of that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Not that I'm a huge A's fan. I mean, I grew up watching them because that was the closest baseball team in the Bay Area at the time. I mean, San Francisco was across the bay, but that was harder to get to. But yeah, they oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me see what the
125.8 Southwest 2759er. Los Angeles Center Southwest 2759er is passing 7,500 feet, descending 5,800 feet.
Southwest 2759er, Los Angeles, center altimeter 29.9er radar contact continue.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because well, like when Ricky Henderson played there and Reggie Jackson, I mean, we had some great players there over the years, but it's part of it. I think part of the problem was exposed in the movie Moneyball because a lot of the teams just can't afford the players that they want, And a team like Oakland, I mean, Billy Beane tried to do what he could to put together a championship team, but it worked, but it didn't, It's always about money, and if a city won't spend the money to, build a new stadium, then of course the team's going to go like, well, we can't stay here because the facilities are old. I mean, the Coliseum's been around as far as I can remember it seems forever. But part of it was ruined when Al Davis came back from Los Angeles. They built all these big VIP box seats and all that out where it used to be. They had a grass area out there in like center field, and it was fantastic because those were like the cheap seats, and you could go out there and just sit on the grass and watch a ball game. It was like the best way to watch a ball game, just chill out there with your hot dog and your beer or your soda and just enjoy a day of baseball. And they kind of screwed that whole thing up for whatever reasons, but I think a lot of it's just, it was money. All right, we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. We're going to start slowing down here shortly. I think this is a good...
Southwest 2759er, you are 36 miles northwest of Long Beach. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
Contact Long Beach Tower on 120.5.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Tower on 120.5 Southwest 2759er. Long Beach Tower Southwest 2759er, tree 5 miles northwest inbound Arnav runway 12 approach.
Southwest 2759er, Long Beach Tower. Altimeter tree 0.00 wind 09er tree at 6. Cleared RNAV runway 12 approach.
Cleared RNAV runway 12 approach Southwest 2759er.
All right, I want to start slowing the plane down to 250. We'll drop some flaps here. Go ahead and use our speed brakes to slow down. Go all the way to notch 5 on the flaps. Maybe it's one more. Yep, one more. Yeah, we'll just do a nice gentle descent into, I'm not in any rush to drop too far down right away. So I'm going to use this opportunity to step away for just a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so we're making our way to 3,000. I'm sure let's see, did they start screaming, expedite, expedite? No, they didn't. Okay. So yeah, this is a really handy thing to have, this tablet and everything. It's just I really thank you, really enjoyed flying this. I was a bit skeptical, but now that I've gotten some time in it, I just feel like this is a plane that I can really enjoy just hopping into and, you know, going somewhere. And all right, well, we got a little bit of flight left, so the ad should be over by the time we get ready to line up for landing. Well, that's kind of a neat picture right there. Well, it seems like it is a Mela, but it's like, it's hard to know for sure because there's always some kind of issue that comes up within the sim. It's very, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit touchy in how, like, it goes back to, one time you fly and everything works phenomenally well, and then all of a sudden you go back in the next day, same aircraft, maybe a different route, and it's just like something's not working. The 737's been out for a while. This 777 from PFDG is being worked on. That should be coming out soon. It's the problem is, I think the limitations of the Xbox are starting to become more and more apparent, more so on the Series S side. X, I think it's starting to hit its limit. If you have too much add-on stuff and you're flying what people would call a complex aircraft like this, it's going to be a hot mess. So, but on PC, it's not bad, but there's just so many, there's like these little issues that keep creeping up that you're kind of like, well, why does this keep happening? Or, so it's hard to say. I think it's pretty much done, but it's probably going to be one of those. I think personally, it's going to be a work in progress until Flight Sim 2024 comes out. That might be more stable than this. But yeah, the limitations. For those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to say who it is that I do this for, but I test for a third-party developer for Flight Sim. I've been doing that for the last couple months or so. So basically, I have an NDA. I cannot disclose anything that I see or test or whatever. But what I can say is that I think for some developers, it's the feeling of with working with the Xbox, there's more, the limitations of it are becoming more and more noticeable as far as like the graphics go and stuff like that. What you can, yeah, there you go, Lamella. So, it's an eye-opening experience because you get to have a first-hand conversation with a conversation with the developers and say, well, this is what I'm seeing, and either it's their suppositions about what's going on are correct, or they'll say, okay, that feedback for them works because they can go like, oh, okay, well, maybe we need to approach it from a different perspective or different way of doing something, whatever. But it's a really interesting experience, I have to say. But it's frustrating because the things that people do that they create, you want everybody to be able to enjoy it. But at the same time, there's limitations to the equipment that's available to the consumer. Whether you PC or Xbox, there's always a limitation, but the limitations of the PC are easier to overcome because you can get a new graphics card, you can add more memory, whatever, right? But for the console player, like if Joseph, if he could take his PS4 to a store, right? We'll use Joseph as an example, and he could basically, they could swap out all the components in the PS4 and put all the stuff in from the PS5, but he could keep the box basically. That would probably be cheaper than buying a whole brand new console. So it's very difficult to overcome the limitations without but that's why I even said that about the Xbox. If a person has a Series S, too bad they can't go in there and get an upgrade to it for a reasonable price. They just want you to buy a whole brand new console every so many years. But unfortunately, PlayStation is probably not going to want to do that because there's proprietary information inside that console that they don't want people to see. Now, if they were an authorized Sony person or a authorized Microsoft dealer kind of place or whatever, then I think that's a great way for people to have the upgrade without spending a boatload of money on it. All right, let's get things slowed down a little bit more here. Go notch 10. So, but somebody like Joseph, he's kind of stuck with a PS4 that he cannot do anything with. He has to go and spend 600 pounds on a new console, or whatever it is, right? So, that's just how it works, But yeah, it's an eye-opening experience because it's, at a certain point a developer might say, we'd like to continue to do this, but we may not be able to continue to support, any kind of additional content. Oh, it's fine, Bex. We're talking about consoles and Joseph and money, and that's all right. Do what you got to do. That's no problem at all. But yeah, it's. I'm glad I didn't expect to make the jump as quickly as I did when I did for to the PC side. So it's been a very interesting transition. Not that it's been perfect either. Oh, usual, yeah. We're just talking the usual stuff. New consoles, money. Spending ungodly amounts of stuff. All right, we got to go all the way to 170. We got to really crank down on the. I've come to prefer it. It's still got its own issues, but sorry about that alarm if you're hearing that. I gotta put the gear down because we're slowing way down now. I know what I need to do. Oh, there we go. Okay, never mind. Mexico. What? Bexica. That's a new one. But yeah, I've started to really enjoy the PC side a lot more than I thought I would. But like I said, it's not without its challenges. It definitely has them, but Yeah, it's I mean, it's just it looks a bit more realistic though. When everything's rendered in really well, it looks fantastic on the PC. But I mean, it's got its own limitations, but generally it's pretty darn good. I mean, our runway, our airport should be should be coming up. I thought I saw the runway. All right, here we go, folks. I might have to fire the autopilot here shortly. We should be at 1,500 feet. But I don't, well, we're not doing a, yeah, if things go the way I hope they're going to go here shortly, Bex, I can definitely do it. But you know, the trip to California for the summers that's the priority first. But yeah, I'd like to get a PS5 just to have a different system, but you know, but at the same time, I'm also cognizant, do I really have the time to fiddle with a PC, an Xbox, and a PlayStation? You know, like I already feel bad sometimes, like I have things I want to, oh boy, yeah, we are way high. Okay. Yeah, we should have been at 1,500 feet. See, I wasn't paying attention, and I just thought, it'll be fine.
25.
Clear to land runway 12 Southwest 2759er.
There's our runway. Probably be a little bit longer this time than Thanksgiving. But I don't know yet, Bex. I don't know quite yet. Let's get that off. We're going to throttle back here. See, that's the joy of flying a non-precision approach. If you're not paying attention, you can easily miss it. Yeah, we should have been at 1,500 feet a long time ago.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. 4. Sink rate. Sink
Luckily,
rate.
I picked the...
Pull up.
Nah, we don't need to pull up. We got
Pull
this.
up. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Look at that. And I get the applause as well from my passengers. That's what I'm talking about. Ta-da! On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Long Beach, California. Local time is 7:09 in the morning. Let's see. I gotta get the brakes turned off. I'm gonna put the speed flaps away. Let's get that out the way. Oop.
Southwest 2759er, turn next taxiway.
Yeah.
Southwest 2759er,
I'm glad you heard that.
contact ground
See, that's how I know I did well on the landing.
133.0 Southwest.
All right, let's get
2759er.
a few things
Goodbye.
done here. Yeah, whenever I clap, whenever I hear the clapping, I'm just like, yeah, that was a fantastic landing. I already know I did good. All right, taxi lights on. Put these away. Let's see. See, I didn't get a chance to... Ooh, look at that. Negative 177. I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, I wasn't able to get one on approach because we weren't paying attention very well. Let's see what else we got to put away. I think that's it. Okay, let's go ahead and get our parking, please. I'll see. Yeah. See, that's one of those things that happens every once in a while. Okay. That's all right. We'll park it. We know we can figure out where to go from here. Gates are right over yonder. You know, I don't know, Amela. That is a good question. I'll have to look that up because I just wondered the same thing myself. Yeah, I'm quite happy when I can land it manually and I get a really good landing rate out of it. So there used to be other runways here. I don't know what's open and what's closed now. Oh. Well, this is a heck of a parking spot. Okay. There should be like a terminal here. Yeah, this isn't probably modeled correctly, so. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, Amela. So yeah, we'll be back next Saturday, the 20th. Figure something out. We'll either be back in the 737 or we'll be in something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out between now and then. Alright, there we are. Let's see here. Shut the engines off. Get all of our lights off. And let's see. I'll go ahead and shut the... all that, and I think we just call it from there. There we go. Well, thank you, Mel. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was pretty good. Really quite happy with the way, even though I should have been paying it. See, that's the thing is, you have to pay a little bit more attention in this plane than you do in the stock aircraft on Flight Sim. Otherwise, if you're not looking... The curse is, well, sometimes I think it's still there, Bex, but it's fine. You know, we did, I think everything went pretty well. Let me look at this. So FS. So basically that's the mode of what, I mean, we can look at that real quick. So if you look at this, I think this screen down here, that's like the map, right? So if we go to if we switch it to approach, it's see, it's going to have different information on there. That's all that is. So it's just a way to, so it's just changing the screen modes on there. That's all. That's all it is. But but thank you all for coming in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Joseph, don't go breaking any trains. So there's a lot more that you can do with this plane. I mean, you can even here, I'll show you real quick. In here, if you go to menu, you can simulate service-based failure. So like an engine going out, whatever, it will be something random. So I mean, there's a lot more in this than there is in the base planes in the sim. So you have to be really on your toes. If you're not paying attention, it can all go wrong very quickly. So I would say if you're going to get a PMDG plane, I would look at either the 600 or the 700 because, well, the 700 and 800 I think are both about the same price because there's the ones that are still most in use. The 900 is a little bit cheaper, but it's not bad. The 600 is definitely the cheaper of all of them for PMDG. But it just takes time to. But everything, everything that you learn in the tutorial flight, it can apply to any of their 737s. So it doesn't matter which one you get. Everything that you learn in the tutorial stuff applies to all their aircraft. But there's two manuals. It'll tell you what, when you're looking at setting up your aircraft, how you want it, how you prefer to fly it. It explains the choices. If you do this, this is what happens. If you have this choice, this is what happens. Or this is what you will see or whatever. So they're very good about explaining things, I think, in a way that, kind of helps you understand the systems a little bit. But it's definitely a little bit more in depth. You have to, the altitude thing, it's not like in the A320, well, say go to the next level or whatever, you have to ask for permission. You say, I want to go additional 10,000 feet or whatever. And then, you have your, kind of like what happened with me, go to this level. They kept fluctuating the altitudes, for me to go to. So it's a bit frustrating at times, but it's, if you work through it, it's fantastic, I think, so personally. But anyway, let's wrap things up before we get another ad break. So anyway, thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Glad it all worked out in the end. And we'll be back on, see you later, Bex. Back on next Saturday. Fingers crossed that nothing happens between now and then that prevents that from happening. But yeah, I'll figure out something. I'll come up with something to do for next week. So yeah. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you all once again for coming by, and I will see you next Saturday. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B, the lead singer and driver of the airplane. Until then, peace, live long and prosper.